guys, what's going on? Dr. Gonzo O'Boogie back again for another video. And in this video I want to show you guys my entire Scanners collection. I actually have all of the Scanners films on VHS, which is the main reason I wanted to make this video. Show you guys all the weird Scanners sequels that I have on tape. But I also have some of the Scanners films on DVD and Blu-ray, so I figured I would just do a whole video showing you guys all my Scanners releases and stuff that is in my movie collection. And first I'm just going to go through and show you guys all the Scanners tapes, kind of talk about the Scanners films in general, and after that I'll show you guys the Blu-rays and DVDs I have in my collection. So let's get started here with the first Scanners film. And this is a really cool edition of Scanners. This is like an old Embassy VHS tape release, and this came out in, I think the date on here is 84. So this tape came out just about 4 years after the movie came out. And if you guys haven't seen Scanners, it's a very strange film, definitely a Cronenberg type film. It's actually probably one of my favorite films from Cronenberg, and the film centers around a group of people who, when their mothers were giving birth, or not giving birth, but when they had the babies inside them, whatever, they were given this drug to take. I forget what it was for. It's been a while since I've seen the Scanners film, so I'm a little hazy on the plots of these right here. But from what I remember, the parents were given this drug to take, and the babies were born with these powers or abilities, and these people have been categorized as scanners, and they can hear people's thoughts, and they can use their brain as sort of a weapon to attack people, which later on in the sequels is sort of ridiculous when people are fighting each other with mind powers, basically just by staring at each other. The first film handles it really well and very seriously, but the sequels, I would say, gets a little bit cheesier and a little bit ridiculous in some of the sequels. But the first Scanners film is awesome, really good sci-fi movie, really strange film. Highly recommend it if you're into like weird 80s films, or if you're just a fan of David Cronenberg's work. And I've always thought it was weird that Scanners got its own film series, because I would say it's more of an obscure film. It must have been popular enough, though, to spin off its own film series. I think it was David Cronenberg's probably first successful film over here in the U.S., but still just a strange film to get a lot of sequels for, because it's just a really weird film. And I can't imagine like trying to make a series based on it, but they did. So I'll get to those in a second, though. So let's just take a look, though. I actually have another copy of Scanners. This is a newer VHS release of this. I think this tape was released in 2000, so towards the end of the run of VHS tapes lifespan right here. And this is a cool looking tape. Again, got a cool cover. Definitely not as cool as this one, though. This uses the original movie poster, I think. Just an awesome looking tape here. But this is a pretty nice looking tape too. Cool looking stuff here. And let's move on to the Scanners sequels, though. So first off here is Scanners 2, The New Order. If I remember, out of all the Scanners sequels, this is probably my favorite one. I'm having a little bit of trouble remembering the stories and the plots for all the Scanners films, but I remember this one being pretty good. This one had something to do with a drug that was given to the people who have these Scanners powers to try to make them go away, because the people who have these powers don't live a good life because they hear other people's thoughts, and it kind of wrecks their life, basically. You have to kind of seclude yourself and be away from everybody to even have some sort of normal life if you have these like scanner powers. So this movie has something to do, I think, if I remember, like this drug that they give to the people with the scanner powers, and it makes the powers go away. So people get addicted to this drug, and that's as much as I remember. But I remember this movie was pretty fun. Had a lot of fun watching it. Pretty sure all the Scanners releases are like straight to video, and I think this was definitely straight to video. This was released in I know this came out in the late 80s. I'm not seeing a date on here. The only dates I'm seeing is 91 here, but I'm guessing that's when this tape came out, but I'm pretty sure this was released in the late 80s. Actually, let me check here on the... see if I can get any dates here. Yeah, actually, I think this was 91, so that's crazy that the Scanners sequel series didn't start till like 10 years after the first one came out. That's pretty weird, but that's Scanners 2, The New Order. And next up here we have Scanners 3, The Takeover. And I don't remember too much of this one, but this one is kind of fun from what I remember. I remember it being a little bit cheesy too, so if you like cheesy, straight-to-video horror movies, definitely check that out. It was a lot of fun. I actually have another copy of Scanners 3 on VHS. This is like, if you guys can read that, let me try to see if I can get that somewhat focused. Not really. This is some sort of promotional tape that was given to like video stores, and it even says like promo copy and stuff like that in the label, which is I'm guessing different from the label on this release here. Yeah. So that's why I kept both of these, just because one's a promo copy and one is a regular copy of the movie. Pretty cool stuff there, Scanners 3. So next up we got Scanner Cop, and this one was actually a lot of fun. Probably my second favorite in the Scanners film series. Well, in the sequel series. I mean, my first favorite, of course, is the original Scanners, but out of the sequels, my favorite is probably Scanners 2. And then after that would probably be Scanner Cop. This was just a lot of fun. This has something to do with a cop who has scanner powers, and he starts out as a good guy, but I think towards the movie, like as the movie goes on, he sort of gets like corrupted a little bit from his powers. I think it was like he didn't know he had these scanner powers or something like that. I don't know. Again, a little rusty on the plots of these, but I do remember this one being a lot of fun, and this one is really cheesy. I'm hoping this will get like a cool Blu-ray release one of these days by like Scream Factory or something like that. Cool stuff there. And then last for the Scanner tapes is Scanners The Showdown. And also this movie I think has been released under the title of Scanner Cop 2. But this one I've actually never seen. This is the only Scanners film I've never seen. It has the same actor in it as the first Scanner Cop film, so I definitely want to check this one out next time I watch the Scanner films. But this tape I actually never opened it yet, so you know, next time I'm doing like a Scanners marathon, I'll probably open this up and watch it for the first time. But this is actually one of my favorite covers on all these VHS tapes. Just such a cheesy looking 90s VHS tape right there. I mean, immediately though, I would have rented this at the video store if I saw it. I mean, it looks cool, and probably one of my favorite covers on all of these Scanner tapes. Just really fun. And most of these Scanner sequels were released by here, I'll show you on one of these ones so there's not as much of a glare, from Republic Pictures. It's really cool. I love all these Scanner tapes. They're just cool, cheesy, and fun to watch. And the first one is just an awesome film. So let me move on though and show you guys my Scanners DVDs. So first up I have the Criterion DVD release of the first Scanners film. I would love to pick this up on Blu-ray, but at the time I bought this, I actually wasn't collecting Blu-rays yet. So one of these days I might upgrade this to Blu-ray, but for now I'm happy with the DVD copy of this. And like most Criterion releases, it has, you know, great artwork and great features, and it's been remastered, all that good stuff. Just probably the best, you know, definitely the best edition of Scanners around right now is the Criterion release. But I actually have a few of the Scanners sequels on DVD too. These are like Region 2, Region B releases, and randomly I just found these at a thrift store one day, so I picked them up. They're only like a couple bucks each. Scanners 2, The New Order DVD release. Pretty cool looking releases here though. And then Scanners 3, The Takeover. Again, just glad that I found these. You never know what you'll find at thrift stores. Half the time I find nothing, but every once in a while you'll find some weird stuff like this, so it's always worth hunting at thrift stores. One of my favorite things to do when I have free time is looking around at thrift stores and trying to find cool stuff. But that is actually it for all of the Scanners and DVD releases that I have. But let me just show you guys the, well actually this is a Blu-ray DVD combo pack, but this was released by Scream Factory, and this is one of the first Scream Factory releases I picked up, and actually one of the releases that got me into collecting their titles that they put out. And this is just a great release. You get Scanners 2, The New Order, and Scanners 3, The Takeover on this. And this is probably the easiest way to find these Scanner sequels, and these two. And these are probably two of the best ones, but still I'm waiting for Scanner Cop to get some sort of Blu-ray release. I hope even Scream Factory does like a 2-pack with Scanner Cop and Scanner Cop 2, also known as Scanners to Showdown. But that was it for my releases on VHS, Blu-ray, and DVD. But I have one more thing I want to show you guys before I end this video. And this is an issue of Starlog magazine. This came out in probably around 1980 when the movie came out. Yeah, 1981 this came out. And this is promoting the movie Scanners. And if you guys don't know, Starlog magazine is kind of like the sci-fi version of Fangoria. I think a lot of the same editors and creators worked on this magazine that worked on Fangoria. It has a very similar style to it. If you guys flip through this, ever flip through a Starlog magazine, it has a very, very similar setup as Fangoria. Creepy Yoda mask. Ah! See what else we got going on in this actually while I got it opened up. Ew, a little thing for the Popeye movie. Ew, geez, that was kind of a creepy movie. Robin Williams. Just kind of hard to make Popeye look like a real person because he's such a cartoony thing, you know what I mean? They got something for the Incredible Hulk TV show, an episode guide. Awesome stuff here. I mean, this was before the internet, so for geeks and fans back in the day, this is like the only way to get like, you know, like a good guide on the episodes from the Hulk, you know what I'm saying? See if there's anything else cool. Let's see if we can find the pages for Scanners. Alright, let's try to find that. Well, right here they have, in the index or whatnot, they have, you know, a picture from Scanners. Really cool part of Scanners, too. An awesome scene in the movie. Right here, I'll probably say what page the stuff for Scanners on. Whenever you're trying to like look up something like this when you're doing video, it's always impossible. Alright, there we go, page 24. So let's flip there. Here we go. Starlog magazine. David Cronenberg, Canadian King of Horror, enters the science fiction world with Scanners. So yeah, this must have been his first film to really get some sort of a big release over here in the US. Even though I know The Brood had Oliver Reed in it, but again, that I'm not sure if that got any like mainstream attention here in the U.S. back when it first came out. There's David Cronenberg hanging out with one of the actors from the movie. Cool little picture there. See what else they got. If they have anything else in here. Little thing about the Scanners, the story. Probably gives you like an overview of the story. And over here, Scanners contest. 100 winners. Geez, there's a scanograms on here. I guess there's a little quiz thing on here. Have you fill out. You could have won something back in the day. That's pretty cool. I guess let me see what it says here. Giving away 75 Scanners t-shirts and some other stuff on here. That's pretty cool. You don't get crap like that anymore. I wish they still had random contests like that, but it's just not the same nowadays, guys. But yeah, that was it for all the Scanners pages. Just figured I'd show you guys this kind of obscure random thing. I picked this up at kind of like a flea market type store one day. They had like a whole stack of like old Starlog science fiction magazines, and I picked up a few of them that, you know, I thought were cool. So glad I picked this up. Cool stuff. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed the video like always. If you did, definitely give it a thumbs up or leave a comment, and I'll see you guys next time.